Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, then hi, my name is Sumbul and I'm at the completion of my master's degree in psychology here at the University of Edinburgh. In my previous video, I talked about different accommodation options that are available for students in Edinburgh. I mentioned university accommodations, private student accommodations and private flats. I specifically talked about university accommodations and private student accommodations because I have no personal experience with private flats, but I'm pretty sure there are some good resources available online that you can check out. If you haven't watched my previous video yet, it should be around here somewhere. I recommend you watching that because it will give you an idea about different accommodation options that are available for students coming to Edinburgh for their studies. But an important question remains. How do you go about hunting accommodations? What all tips you should keep in mind? What a step-by-step process looks like? Don't worry, because in this video I'm going to share my experience of hunting private student accommodation. Yes, the reason I said private student accommodations because I applied in university accommodations but I did not get the one that I wanted, so I decided to go for the private ones. Applying for university accommodations is a separate topic altogether and I'm going to make another video on that in the future. Now coming back to this video. The experience I'm going to share is entirely personal and I believe there might be some useful guidance for you because my step-by-step process helped me land a place where I'm very happy and content as a student. So, where should you begin? There are two most important things we should base our decision on when it comes to accommodation: budget and location. Everything else is just secondary, trust me. You don't want to live in a place that is way out of your budget, but you also don't want a place that is not safe and has no basic amenities nearby. Keeping in mind these two things, I started making a list. If you are an organized person like me, you can use a notebook or you can use any app that is available on your devices such as Apple Notes or Google Keep. I made a list of all the private student accommodation options available in Edinburgh for students. Then I narrowed down my list based on location and budget. There's one thing you should keep in mind. Sometimes it may take some time to get to the right combination. By that I mean you may come across a place sometimes that is in your budget but it's very far away from the campus. And sometimes you may find a place that is very close to the campus but it's quite pricey and you just may not be able to afford it. Also, sometimes you may not even get to the right combination, so you may have to make some kind of a trade-off. For instance, in my case, I found a place, the place where I'm living currently. It was in my budget, but it was like 30 minutes walk to the main campus where my classes were supposed to held. In the beginning, I was a bit hesitant if it's something I can manage. I did not know, but then I decided it's something I can actually manage and it might not be a big problem or big deal for me. So that's how I made my decision, but you can still see that I had to make that kind of a trade-off. Now that you have a list of all the places that you're interested in, next step is for you to start sending emails. You can go to their websites and find their email addresses. But what should you write? It doesn't have to be very long and detailed. You can simply begin with "Dear Sir/Ma'am" and then you can introduce yourself and then you can mention that you're interested in viewing their property. You can also mention your preference as in what time or day you are available. Sometimes it does happen that they're not available on the day or time you had mentioned. Don't worry about that. They will offer you their next availability and they will mention all that in their email. In case you don't find any email address, there's also an option to fill contact form where you put in your details such as your name, your email address, your contact number and the type of room you're interested in and any question or queries that you have. After you send in your queries, they will get in touch with you as soon as possible. If you're an international student, obviously it's not possible for you to see the place in person. So they might call you via Skype or Zoom or even FaceTime. They will mention all this in the email. Just make sure you ask all the questions and queries that you have. After seeing the place, you can make your decision whether you want to go for it or you want to look for some other places. Let's just say you like the place and you want to go for it. You can let the accommodation people know and they will get in touch with you via email. I'm not sure how it works at every private student accommodation, but the place where I'm staying, they sent me an email regarding all the details of the contract. I read the contract properly and then only I signed it, and I also paid a booking deposit. That booking deposit varies between 50 to 100 pounds. But that wasn't enough. Accommodations also ask for someone who is ready to act as a guarantor. In some accommodations, that person needs to be, or that guarantor needs to be, living in the UK and earning in the UK. But that wasn't the case for me. I could put down the name of any person as long as I have a relationship with that person, like my parents or my siblings. An important thing to note is that there's a deadline to signing the contract, and you have to fulfill all the conditions, requirements, and actions before that deadline. Again, this may vary from place to place, but just to give you an idea, in my case, it was 1 week. So I had 7 days to sign and confirm my contract. After that, you get a confirmation and you are all done. This is how the process looked like for me, and I just described and shared my experience. But there are two very important things that I should tell you about. Number one is installments, and number two is checking reviews online. When it comes to installments, again, I'm not very sure how it works at every private student accommodation, but in my case, I had the option to pay either in full or in 4 installments. That was because I was an international student, and monthly installment option was only available for home country students or students who were already living in the UK. So you can always get this confirmed by reading about it on their websites, or if you're still unsure, you can send them an email and they will give you the confirmation. Checking reviews online. This is so important that I can't say that enough. Before coming to Edinburgh, I booked a room with a private student accommodation. I did it quite early. It was around April month of 2021. Because of COVID, it was flexible booking, so I had the option to cancel the booking till 31st May 2021. So it was all, like, as I said, flexible booking. I did check the reviews online. It's just common sense. But I guess I did not do much research, because in the meantime, someone shared with me the reviews of that place. To my surprise, the reviews were horrible. Now, it does happen sometimes that you will find reviews that are biased, so you always have to be mindful of that. But this wasn't the case with me, because the reviews were on a trusted website. So I got alarmed. I remember by the time I got to know about this, I had only 3 to 4 days to cancel my booking with that place. So I just quickly started doing my research again and found another place, the place where I'm living here. But this was like the perfect place for me. I'm very happy and content here. Everything all happened in my favor, and I'm so grateful for that. But I really made a very stupid mistake, you can say. So I will always recommend that you look and check reviews online very carefully. You should spend a good amount of time before you make a decision when it comes to accommodation. That's it, guys. I hope this video was a useful guidance for you all. I hope you all enjoyed it and gained some important information. If you found this video helpful, then please subscribe to my channel, give a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell so that you know instantly whenever I upload a new video. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section down below. Take care and stay happy.